It rests in the eternal darkness 2.5 miles beneath the waves, a silent giant, slowly dissolving into the ocean floor. This is the RMS Titanic. More than a century has passed since its final fateful voyage, yet its story does not fade. In fact, it grows stronger, echoing through time. We are drawn to it not just for the tragedy but for the questions it left behind. The ship of dreams has become a ghost ship of mysteries. It calls to us from the abyss, a place where the truth is buried deep, along with the hopes and fears of all who sailed on her. In the spring of 1912, the world was filled with a sense of boundless possibility. It was an age of invention and progress, and the grandest symbol of this new age was the Titanic. It was the largest moving object ever built by human hands. A floating palace of steel and rivets, luxury and technology. It was declared to be practically unsinkable. On April 10th, it set sail from Southampton, England. Its destination was New York City. For 4 days, the journey was a dream. The great ship sliced through the calm Atlantic waters. It was a microcosm of society. Luxury above, hope below. The official story tells us the iceberg gashed the Titanic's side, flooding its watertight compartments. Simple physics. But one of the most persistent mysteries is the speed of the sinking. The ship was designed to stay afloat with up to 4 of its 16 watertight compartments flooded. The iceberg damaged 5, maybe 6. Some theories point to the ship's materials. Was the steel too brittle? In the North Atlantic cold, did steel plates lose strength and shatter like glass rather than bend? Modern analysis of recovered hull fragments suggests the steel was lower grade. Or the rivets, millions of them, possibly poorer quality in places. And then, there is the fire. A small, ignored fire becoming the catalyst for a massive, swift disaster. On that fatal night, the Titanic was not alone in the icy darkness. Another ship, the SS Californian, was stopped nearby. It was so close that officers on the Titanic's bridge could see its lights. Survivors later testified they watched the lights of a distant ship for hours, a beacon of hope that never moved closer. On the Californian, officers also saw lights. They saw a large steamer. Then they saw white rockets being fired into the sky. But the crew did not act. Captain Stanley Lord had gone to bed after ordering the ship to stop because of the ice. His wireless operator had turned off his equipment minutes before Titanic's first distress call. Officers woke the captain when they reported the rockets. The official inquiries condemned Captain Lord. Had the Californian responded, it might have reached Titanic before it sank. This leaves a haunting question. Was the Californian a silent witness to a preventable tragedy? While the Titanic was firing its white distress rockets, a mystery of a different color was unfolding. Several survivors, including officers on the lifeboats, reported seeing something strange in the distance. It was a moving light, like a steamship on the horizon. Some even testified under oath that they saw this ship approach, turn, and then sail away. This account is separate from the Californian, which was known to be stopped. Some have speculated it might have been a sealing vessel, perhaps operating illegally in the area, a ship that would avoid attention at all costs. Answering a distress call would mean facing authorities, a risk an illicit ship might avoid. Decades later, a former crewman claimed the Samson had been sealing illegally and fled when it saw rockets. He said they saw the white rockets and, fearing the authorities, turned and fled into the darkness. The timeline and location of the Samson have been heavily disputed, and the story remains unverified. The idea that help was so close, that a ship saw their plight and sailed away, adds another layer of tragedy. It is a chilling thought, a deliberate and cold choice at sea. And the mysteries on the water were not limited to the night of the sinking. They began even before. One eerie account comes from J.H. Reed, aboard the Carmania, a week earlier. He wrote to his wife describing a vision through his cabin's porthole, a great liner sinking. He identified the ship as the Titanic. Was it a coincidence, a dream, or something more? The human mind is powerful, yet the detail and timing are hard to dismiss. Another phantom sighting came after the sinking, a wireless warning of a strange wrecked schooner in the ice. No other ship reported that wreck. What did they see? Scientists point to optical illusions like fata morgana, common in polar regions. An iceberg can resemble a broken ship, a cruel mirage. But for those who saw them, the feeling was real. Premonitions add to the Titanic's almost supernatural legend. They hint at strange energies and unexplained phenomena. The final moments of Captain Edward John Smith are shrouded in contradiction and mystery. As the captain, his fate was sealed with that of the Titanic. Tradition was clear. A captain goes down with his ship. But how he met his end is told in many conflicting ways. Some witnesses claimed he shot himself on the bridge, a story fiercely denied by the White Star Line. A handful of survivors claimed to have seen Captain Smith in the freezing sea. One stoker said Smith swam to an overturned lifeboat holding a child, handed the child up, then swam away. It's a tale of heroism, rumor, and contradiction, each image shaped by trauma and memory. Did he die alone on his bridge? Did he perform a final, selfless act? The truth likely lies in the chaos of that night, a personal story lost amid the larger tragedy. The captain's final moments remain his own secret, another mystery committed to the deep Atlantic. We can only wonder. His final truth remains sealed. Of all the what-ifs in the Titanic story, one of the most frustrating involves a simple object, a pair of binoculars. The key to the crow's nest locker was missing. It had been accidentally taken ashore by Officer David Blair when he was transferred off at the last minute. Without the key, the lookouts had to rely on eyesight alone to scan the dark ocean. Frederick Fleet and Reginald Lee later said binoculars might have let them see the iceberg sooner. The iceberg may have been dark, flipped over, and the sea glassy, making detection difficult. Binoculars would have amplified faint starlight glinting off the ice. A single forgotten key, a small oversight with monumental consequences. High speed, ignored warnings, brittle steel, calm seas, lack of binoculars, small mistakes combined. The key remains a potent symbol that the largest fates can hang on the smallest details, a haunting reminder of chance and human fallibility. More than a century later, the Titanic rests in its silent, watery grave. It is a ghost, but it is not at peace. Deep currents flow through its decaying halls. Human curiosity keeps flowing toward its story. We have explored the wreckage, analyzed the evidence, and listened to the echoes of survivors. The ocean is slowly consuming the ship. Scientists warn it may collapse entirely in decades. Each year, the window to uncover final truths grows smaller. The race against time continues. The fascination isn't just about puzzles, it's about connecting to a human story. Epic and personal, ambition, love, sacrifice, loss. The Titanic haunts our collective imagination, a ghost ship on a sea of unanswered questions. We may never know for certain, and we are left to look into the darkness and to wonder.